In June of 2020, China experienced torrential downpours of epic proportions. These storms wreaked havoc throughout 24 provinces, and the strength of these rains called into question the viability of the country's massive Three Gorges Dam, with experts warning that it could collapse at any moment. The Three Gorges Dam is the world's largest hydropower project. Despite the government's continual assurances that the dam is structurally sound, the public remains weary. Chinese hydrologist Wang Weila remains the biggest skeptic of the dam's viability. He pointed out that the dam's quality inspection, construction, and overall design were all conducted by the same group. Additionally, he believed the project as a whole was completed too quickly. It's also been found that the water levels for at least 148 rivers in China have risen above their warning thresholds, which means the Three Gorges Dam will have a limited effect on future flood control. Over the years, the Three Gorges Dam was praised as being one of the greatest engineering accomplishments in human history. However, structural integrity, including warps and cracks, could put many lives, particularly those living in the lower reaches of the Yangtze River, at risk. When the dam was first built, Chinese officials said it could withstand the worst flood in a 10,000-year period. Not long after that, they changed the time frame to 1,000 years, and eventually 100 years. This shows the lowering confidence in the dam's structural integrity. Other scientists who have spoken out about potential issues have been criminalized, and it's possible the public in China is woefully unprepared for an unprecedented catastrophe. If the dam were to fail, it would impact over 400 million people living downstream, and could very well be the worst flood in recorded history.
Three Gorges Dam holds 181 meters in height, 1,355 meters in width, and a total volume of 393 billion cubic meters of water. When Three Gorges Dam collapses, a huge water column with a height of 100 meters is created, and the stored water is flooded and hit the downstream. Initially, the mountains on both sides blocked the waterway like a wall, so the flow rate was very fast. Destructive power is also very strong. The water flows at a frightening speed of 100 km per hour. It is 50 km from Shencheng to Yichang. After 30 minutes, another dam in the downstream collapses, and a flood covers the city center. At this time, the height of the flood will be 20 and the speed will be 75. 8 hours later, Lichang's water level becomes 10 meters, the city is completely sunk. Subsequently, the floods engulf large and small cities around the Yangtze River at 60 km per hour. At this time, the height of the waterway is 15 to 20 meters. The flood continues to spread over the open plains. From this point onward, floods spread in a fan-shaped shape, spreading more and more to sink. The speed of the dispersing flood is reduced to 20 km per hour, and the height goes down to 8 meters. However, the area around the Yangtze River still maintains a speed of 35 km per hour. And it takes the Donghyang, it is 350 km from Three Gorges to the outskirts. It takes 5 hours to get here. When the mountain fills, the peaks turn into islands. Dongtinghu is right next to the exterior. The widespread flood continues to the east. It takes about 10 hours from Three Gorges to Wuhan. Wuhan is 18 to 40 meters above sea level. The flooding submerged the area of 7 meters above sea level in Wuhan. At this point, some of Wuhan's city center may be safe, but water is usually up to 5 meters deep. When the floodwaters reach Wuhan, the surrounding terrain suddenly narrows, making it difficult to distribute water. The waterway cannot go out easily. In front, the mountain peaks of Dabyulsan and Nozan make narrow passages. Floods are trapped in narrow waterways, increasing the depth of water and speeding up the flow. After the collapse of the Three Gorges Dam, 10 hours later, it arrives at Yijiang, 1,000 kilometers away. There are many small lakes in the captain's grounds and it is adjacent to Poyang Lake. And there are many mountain peaks. The water storage capacity of Poyang Lake cannot handle the flood. The waterways continue to flow horribly. And it floods a large area of farmland. Within 24 hours of the dam's collapse, the waterway arrives in Nanjing, 1,500 kilometers from 3 Gorges. The disaster ends when the flood arrives in Nanjing. However, in the rainy season, Nanjing is miserable damage is expected. As you can see in the video, this video was produced by carefully calculating the area, residential population, and population density of each city. When each city is flooded, even the depth is calculated too precisely. This is a very professional simulation video. However, no one knows the creator of this video. This is because the Communist Party of China is closely monitoring and censoring. If 3 Gorges Dam collapses, the date is in Chinese time, it is said that it is likely to be around August 17, 2020. This date is what we simulated by someone.